All 230 assembly seats in Madhya Pradesh are set to vote tomorrow, and so will 70 seats in Chhattisgarh. Remember, 20 seats of Chhattisgarh voted on November 7th, which was the first phase of the elections. The two major parties, Congress and BJP, along with scores of smaller parties and independents, have made every ounce of effort to reach out to voters. We saw the controversy during the campaign around Mahadev app. We saw the Murkhon ka Sardar jibe at Rahul Gandhi by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. We saw Kapde Faad Rajniti comments by BJP leaders, and of course announcement of whole lot of schemes centered around women. And there was also competitive welfare and also competition in Hindutva, because if the BJP spoke about the Ram temple, the Congress spoke about a temple for the mother of Ram. So what were the highlights of the campaign? Remember, the BJP has been winning Madhya Pradesh fairly easily till, of course, except 2018. The state has over 50 seats that the party has won in the last 3 elections, while the Congress has many strongholds in Chhattisgarh that the BJP has found difficult to breach all these years. We'll discuss all that today. Joining me, senior journalist Rashid Kidwai, Deshdeep Saxena, and my colleague and NDTV's consulting editor, Mayank Mishra. But first, let's go to my colleague Anurag Dwari's. We'll start with Mr. Kidwai first. Mr. Kidwai, let me start with you. Collective leadership is the catchword this time, and at least, we heard that both in Chhattisgarh and MP. What do you think are the pros and cons of having a strategy like this? It's understandable because it gives the BJP maximum room to utilize the popularity of Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
Yes, Vasudha, indeed, it's in both Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh, BJP is experimenting in a big way, that they're seeking vote in the name of Mr. Narendra Modi. It's a Modi ka bharosa, Modi ki guarantee versus, Bhupesh Baghel ki guarantee and Kamal Nath ki guarantee. So this is the thing. Now, how much is it relatable? Because people view and hold Prime Minister Narendra Modi in very high esteem. But whether it will work in assembly, because as we had seen, Vasudha, in 2014 and 19 Lok Sabha elections, it seems as if Mr. Modi is solely, responsible for the victory of BJP MPs. Now, is he going to do it with the MLAs also and the, choice of chief minister? If you take an exception of Yogi Adityanath and 1 or 2 more, most chief ministers of BJP ruled states are handpicked by Prime Minister Modi and Mr. Amit Shah. So, is it going to work? If it works, then of course Mr. Modi will have a kind of landslide victory in 2024 general elections. So I think stakes are very high for the BJP for this winner takes it all strategy. On the other hand, the Congress has done, its homework very well. It did not get into, any emotive issue or controversial issues, etc., like Ram Mandir or issue of corruption, etc. It has dug all those sort of emotive barbs that came from Prime Minister Modi. So it's counting heavily on its own candidates' resources and mobilization and anti-incumbency, particularly in Madhya Pradesh. That fatigue seems to be, working very hard and very significantly against the BJP. So both political parties are fighting this election in a contrasting style.
Right. That's a very important point, Mr. Kidwai, on winners take it all. Mr. Saxena, you've covered many elections in this region. What did you find unique this time? And the BJP, of course, like Mr. Kidwai was also saying, has always gone the whole hog when it comes to contesting elections. Did you see the Congress matching the BJP in spirit of election management, at least in MP and Chhattisgarh?
You see, Madhya Pradesh BJP's organization, which they call Sangathan, used to be the role model for all the BJP ruled states in the country. But for the viewers, just to give them some idea, as one has been the chief minister for last 16.5 years, so he seems to have started dominating the BJP's Sangathan or the state unit of the BJP. Though they tried to have a president in the form of still, Shivraj Singh Chauhan continued to have say in BJP. Why I'm telling you this is, in the whole run-up to the election, found is and strange also. The BJP's Sangathan in Madhya Pradesh seems to be missing completely. It's Shivraj Singh Chauhan who has been campaigning for BJP in the state, and also what is important scenario that the BJP central leadership tried to sort of Shivraj Singh Chauhan, and still he continued to dominate the campaigning which they started with their Jan Ashirwad Yatras. And when he was holding Yatra, Shivraj Singh Chauhan, even then the BJP's leadership tried to sideline him, but he dominated them. Till few days ago, when the central leadership took total command of Madhya Pradesh campaign, and Mr. Modi and Amit Shah started holding meetings. This in contrast with Congress, Kamal Nath is having almost everything in his hands in Madhya Pradesh when Congress started its campaign. So he is solely responsible for choosing which issues to be raised, which issues not to be raised. Like he surprised everyone by holding discourses of two spiritual leaders in his constituency, which is Chhindwara, and it sprung surprise not only BJP leaders but the Congress leaders also. And he also seems to have blunted the Sanatan and Hindutva rhetoric of BJP. He would just touch and go and return, and he was addressing all those issues. At the same time, he refused to got into the trap of BJP also. He was very cleverly addressing the issues of Hindutva, Sanatan, and same time he started raising his issues also, and he refused to play on the pitch of the Bharatiya Janata Party. So
right.
he was raising the issues of corruption, unemployment, the 50% thing, which was 40% in Karnataka. So this is how these two parties went ahead with their campaign.
Right. Mr. Kidwai, would you agree with this Congress blunting this Hindutva campaign of the BJP? Because clearly both Mr. Baghel and Mr. Kamal Nath, did not speak, did not get into this anti-Hindutva mode, and Digvijay Singh was also largely kept out of the campaign. But how do you see voters looking at something like this? Because clearly there is a Ram temple, it's being built, it's a question of faith. So, and also, I think BJP leaders did speak about all of that, right? So how do you see Hindutva's play out in this whole campaign in both Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh? Mr. Kidwai?
Yeah, you're asking me. Sorry, I'm saying, you see, Hindutva on any emotive issue always has a much more, power or ability to transform or change or alter the course of a electoral battle if it is contested. If it is going uncontested, now it seems you see the Congress pitch for pro-Hindutva or pro-Hindu image as part of this Udaipur resolution, and the way, as Deshdeep was saying, the way Mr. Kamal Nath projected himself as a Hanuman Bhakta, and all kind of religious symbols and identities were used, and the Congress did not confront the BJP on any of those issues that have religious connotation, etc. So the BJP's entire rhetoric or entire, I would say, charge has gone without a return fire. As a result, people are not greatly exercised or excited about it. In elections, you need to create that. The Congress has very cleverly put elections focused on this fatigue, lack of employment, lack of job opportunities, farmers' problems of agrarian crisis, etc. So it's a very local election. And that's where I think the BJP is finding it, and BJP sensed it, and that's why they tried to, perforce bench Mr. Shivraj Singh Chauhan as the chief ministerial candidate. Now, whether it will work or not, we do not know. But a day before election, it seems that the Congress has an edge because it has people on the ground. It has a kind of a narrative that is finding greater traction with the voters and masses. This Hindutva thing and all is not making, it's not a very talking point in election. It's not that people are going to queue up and vote for or against, because everybody is on the same side.
Right. So that's an interesting point. Finally, let me go to the data person, Mayank. Mayank, tell us, what are the strengths and weaknesses of both parties when it comes to numbers? What do trends from yesteryears tell us when it comes to prospects of both BJP and Congress? Clearly, both the parties have strongholds in these states, and at least in MP, BJP has been winning even in the 90s, even before the party actually started winning in other states.
I will start first with Madhya Pradesh, and I will talk about pluses of BJP, and I will obviously refer to past data, and I have analyzed data from 1990 onwards. And let's look at average vote share of BJP and of in last 7 elections, and it comes to around 40 to 41%. Now, and that is compared to 36 for Congress. Now, to have such a lead over such a long period of time is very commendable, which means BJP starts on a very firm wicket in Madhya Pradesh. I will give you one or two more data about pluses for the BJP. Now, there are 58 seats where BJP has won 3 times in a row. Now, this is opposed to just 10 for Congress. And then there are 11 seats which BJP has not won in last 3 elections, as against to 75 for Congress. So, if we do our maths, BJP's net advantage is 47 seats and Congress net advantage is minus 65 seats. So, that is the kind of gap BJP has had over Congress for a long time in Madhya Pradesh. This is one big plus. About minuses, about BJP's weaknesses, and Rashid Saab talked about some, and Desdeep ji also talked about some. One is voter fatigue, second is anti-incumbency, and third is not projecting a chief ministerial candidate when you have a very popular chief minister for many years. No, that may, since anti-incumbency has to be targeted against somebody, so by not having the face of incumbency may work for BJP's advantage also, but right. Seemingly it seems to be some sort of weakness on the face of it.
Right.
Now let's talk about Congress, and Desdeep ji talked about it. For the first time, there is a Congress house which seems to be in order. Then second point is some polls, opinion polls are giving slender advantage to Congress, which is a rare in case of Madhya Pradesh in a long time. And
okay.
These are the 2 points.
Okay.
And then I will talk something about Chhattisgarh.
Okay.
Now, in case of Chhattisgarh, reverse is true. Congress is on a firm wicket.
Right.
And if you analyze past data, both in terms of safe
right.
seats, in terms of seats where Congress has not been able to breach, so Congress has net advantage in Chhattisgarh vis-a-vis BJP.
So that was our panel on the prospects of both BJP and Congress depending on last year's trends. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you, Mr. Saxena. Thank you, Mr. Kidwai. And thank you, Mayank, for joining us.